And guys, a quick video on a topic I've been thinking a lot about lately. Why are so many people cussing so much? Why are so many people using bad words? People think it is cool to cuss. It makes them tough. Nowadays, if people cuss and I hear it, I instantly lose all my respect for them. All of my respect. I do not want to be associated with them anymore. It is such cuck behavior. It's such weak behavior, in my opinion. You look so insecure that you need to cover some part of yourself up with this macho outside version of you. Today I want to give you 3 reasons why you need to stop cussing. The first reason I've already gently discussed. You just look so insecure. You should be happy because you know that there's some underlying issue here which you can indeed improve. Most likely as a child you did not feel the love you deserved. Or as a child you felt really weak. And you've tried to cover it up with, once again, this macho outside. Second, and in my opinion, the best point, I just made a short video on this and I wrote this down. Look. This, I hope it's not converted. This is what happens when you cuss. So let's say you do use bad words. What happens at best is nothing. It will rarely happen that people will respect you more because you cuss. Right? Is it like, yeah, why are you friends with him? Yeah, because he uses bad words. No, that doesn't happen. What is the worst case scenario if you do cuss? This happens especially with either Christians, Muslims, but also with girls in general. They will lose respect for you. Just as I told you in the intro, they don't want to be around you anymore. And this is especially true when you are trying to attract the high quality people. So if you are trying to attract a wife or a brother, this is probably not the way to go. So let's look at what is the worst case scenario if you do not cuss. I've said neutral. Has there ever been a scenario where somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, you are so cringe because you don't use bad words"? Listen, if there are people who do not want to be friends with you because you are not using the bad words, or in the Netherlands we use kanker, it's just a disease. You're wishing someone a disease. If you just use normal language, in the worst case they will think, oh, whatever. And the people who will disrespect you because you do not use bad words, they are the incels. They are not the persons you want to be around with in the first place. But now here comes the great part. What is the best case scenario if you do not cuss? In the best case scenario, the high quality people, they will notice that you do not use bad words. And they will treat you like they just discovered a treasure in the midst of all the sand. And a treasure in the midst of the desert. That is how they will treat you. So if this girl you've been seeing, she has been on a couple dates with other guys, and every time a guy gets a bit passionate, he use the F word, use some weird word to show that he is so aggressive and dominant. And you just use normal language. That is 1,000 bonus points for you. For the real wife quality girls. For the girls who have daddy issues or whatever, yeah, but you do not want to be with these girls. They're just a pain in the ass. Third point I want to discuss is researchers have found that if you speak out bad words, at the same time, cortisol peaks up in your body. What does cortisol do? It's basically your stress hormone. If you want to build muscle like me, at age 16, the most important thing is not protein, neither is carbs or whey protein, creatine. most important thing is to get your cortisol really low. Cortisol will also cause you to sleep bad. It will cause your hair to fall out, acne, wrinkles, whatever. All the bad stuff. With time you say a bad word, this cortisol gets spiked up again. As a fourth bonus tip, it just came up in my mind when I was talking about the cancer. Karma. Even if you don't believe, if you are not spiritual, if you do not believe in any God, don't you think the universe this principle, which is so true, is you get what you give. Don't you think that the universe, which is so big, if you go up to someone, and this is especially for my Dutch guys watching this, and you say, "Oh, you better conquer, blah blah blah." If you say something, you wish cancer upon him. Don't you think that in some way, maybe 10 years from now, it will come back at you? You go to the doctor and suddenly you have been diagnosed with cancer, stage 4, about to die. Was it worth it that 2 moments of where that anger just one bad word, was it worth it that you now missed the half of your life? You might think this is a bit too serious, that it doesn't work this way. Would you take, once again, would you take the risk? If you do not cuss, there's no way you can get the bad stuff. If you do cuss, there's no way you get any benefit. The only thing that can happen is negative. At best it's neutral, at worst it's negative. Do me a favor and please just cut it out. You will thank me later, because in the long run you will reap the benefits of it. Remember this picture I gave you? Maybe write it down, hang it, paste it on a wall in your room. There's no benefit of cussing. The only thing that can happen is negative stuff. Not cussing, the only thing that can happen is positive stuff. See you soon.